Welcome back to another episode of Wrestling Around, and this week we're doing something we haven't done for a while. We've got another wrestler showcase. This week it's all about Batista, but before we get into that, joining me is the world famous Terry Peters. Terry Peters, how are we doing?
Hello, you bunch of buggers. I'm very well, my friend. How are you?
What was that?
Did we just
Just called
get YouTube Peters?
Just called everyone a bunch of buggers.
Yeah, but why?
Why not?
It was just a bit left field, that's all. But yeah.
I know. Well, that's what I mean. If you
Fair, I thought you was trying to do a weird Nigel McGuinness impression.
It did sound quite Nigel McGuinnessy.
Yeah.
it's just
I was thinking,
just calling everyone a bunch of buggers.
like, has this happened recently on NXT or something that I've not realised? No, that was a Terry Peters original.
Well, there you go. I knew you weren't going to expect that. That's why.
That is true. I don't think anybody would have expected that. I'm pretty sure you didn't expect it till about 10 seconds before you said it.
I've been planning it for about half an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even know what to. I didn't think I'd be shocked. 2021, guys. You know, it's always darkest before the dawn. Joining me as well is Lou. Lou, how are we doing?
How are you
Good
doing,
morning,
you bugger?
you bastards. Yeah, very good.
What's happened here? What's going on? I thought we'd turned the leaf in last week's episode.
Yeah, I thought we're back.
Yeah, we're back to normal.
We're back to our shit selves.
Yeah, this is it now. We're back to just classic wrestling around. Anybody had any interesting stories? Obviously, not a lot has happened apart from the US has collapsed.
It's been snowing in Leeds. So.
Oh, we had a little bit of snow, but it's too wet to snow. I think too wet to lay.
No, it laid on Thursday. It's still here.
Is it? Bloody hell.
I'm fine with no snow. Yeah. Snow can fuck off.
Not a fan of the old snow, Peters.
It's fine for about 10 minutes and it looks alright, and then you go outside and think, oh, it gets cold. Then you fall on the pavement like I've done before, and your cornflakes, your box of cereal goes up in the air, and you drop all your shopping. And that has actually genuinely happened to me.
How was you carrying your cornflakes like a baby or something?
No, they were just under my arm because they wouldn't fit in the one shopping bag that I had because I filled it up that much, and I slipped, so my shopping bag hit the floor and my cornflakes went up in the air, and I ate my elbow.
I was imagining Peter's like in a classic American sitcom, you know, where they come out with the brown paper bags full of groceries.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Straight down with two massive brown paper bags of food shopping in there.
I imagine it was a really tiny bag, and Peter's, I'm not paying 5p for a plastic one. It's not happening.
Oh, they're like 10 to 15p now.
Yeah, that's all right. But it goes to charity.
This was a few years ago.
It goes to charity, doesn't it?
And also, you're killing the environment, aren't you?
But the last snow that we had was named after Bam Bam Bigelow anyway, wasn't it?
Was it?
Beast from the East.
We're getting the Beast from the East too, apparently.
No,
are we though?
See it around here.
I made that on the old grapevine.
Yeah.
BBC News.
So. Yeah, it's definitely wrong then.
Yeah, it's the mainstream media.
Lamestream media. So before we even get on, anybody who calls the mainstream media the lamestream media, come on. Yeah. Come on. Is the divorce not going well? Do you know what I mean?
Especially because it's insulting to mainstream media outlets like ourselves. I think. That's what I don't like.
It's just
you can't be against the media but be a fan of wrestling around. So come on, guys. Just.
It's just the word lamestream. Come on. Do you know what I mean? Come on.
Gross, isn't it?
Yeah. Just come up with something. If you're going to do it, come up with something better.
Maybe they're the bunch of buggers.
Maybe they are the buggers that Terry Peters is asking how they all are. I don't know if they're listening, but...
Well, to be fair, I hope they're not.
Yeah. I bet that could be a new fan nickname. The rest of the roundheads is alright, but the buggers could be a real bad.
It's not something I can get behind, if I'm honest. Yeah.
Buggering around.
Buggering around.
I don't think we'll be on the air for long. Of all the potential spin-off shows we've come up with, I'm pretty sure we've come up with at least 2 a week. that adds.
And buggering around is not a good one.
It's got to be the way. I think.
Yeah.
You can do that.
The more I think about it. No, you can't. That's the issue.
That's you and whatever you and Peters did in that hostel room in. Yeah.
Please get your editing tool out, please. I'll have this defamation.
Plenty of time to edit this week, don't we? So we're doing all right.
Pretty good job, innit?
Here's a good job. Should we do a bit of wrestling then? Now we've got that out of the way. If you've got no interesting stories to tell, I think we might have some New Year's stories, but I
We
guess
could call him Batista Bugger.
we could without going to.
I might.
Again, you could. I don't think it's wise, but whatever.
Yeah, we'll find out, won't we?
Yeah. Hang on. So you said do some wrestling with us?
I did. I think it's about wrestling around, not whatever these other sister stations are.
So this show's about Dave Batista, isn't it? The famous actor.
It's about Batista, the animal.
I thought we were doing the best of Batista, so I've been watching Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, I mean, who are we kidding? If we'd have been doing John Cena, you'd have watched Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, that's a great film.
You'd probably watch The Marine as well if we were doing John Cena.
No, because let's be honest, right? John Cena, not a good actor, or not particularly good, right? Although he might be when he gets in Suicide Squad this year. But let's be honest, Dave Batista not the best wrestler turned actor? Who is?
The Rock.
It's fucking bullshit.
No, we're going on numbers and numbers alone here. The Rock at one point was the highest paid actor in Hollywood.
He still is, I think.
Yeah, but then you've got to pretend like Arnold Schwarzenegger was a good actor, and he wasn't.
He was good.
It was, to be fair, it was good in The Terminator.
When he played a robot like a robot.
Yeah. And Jingle all the way.
Hey, to be fair, Running Man, that's a great film.
Right, but I think Dave Batista is the best wrestler turned actor. It's a hill I'm going to die on.
True story. Batista didn't want to do henchmen and stuff like that. He wanted to be a character actor, but in his own words, I still look like a fucking gorilla, so it's going to be hard to get the work.
Yeah.
I was going
to acting ability. I think Dave Batista's up there.
I was going to bring this up. Is Batista the second most popular actor? I guess. Obviously, The Rock's in a league of his own. He just is. He just is because he's massive. We're not going on terms, but not many wrestlers make mainstream success. The Rock is clearly the number one. There's no doubt in that. Is Batista number two?
No, I think it'd be after John Cena if you're going with that.
Yeah, even though Batista's in one of the biggest franchises of all time.
Yeah, but John Cena
everyone knows
started
John
Transformers
Cena
movie, didn't he? Yeah,
Batista's had his own movies though.
He's got his own show on HBO
Yeah,
Max.
he's also had Stuber.
Yeah, I mean Batista's better, and he was in a Bond film as well, actually.
Batista's been in Bond. He's in the Avengers.
But he's also had Stuber.
Yeah. He was in that one that was straight to Sky Movies or Sky Cinema, where it was something about like Wembley getting blown up or something.
It was West Ham.
That was West Ham. I've never seen it.
What was it called? Like Final Whistle or something? It's a real bad football film, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, like late kick-off or something.
But I think he's better actor, but I think John Cena is probably a bigger star, slightly. I think possibly. Hard to tell.
Is Batista number 3 then? Because I don't think John Cena's been in a good film.
John Cena's been in Daddy's Home, which is great. Granted, he's
not really in it though, is he?
He's still in it. Daddy's Home's great.
I'm not saying Daddy's Home's not a good film, but the first one he's in for about 10 seconds, and the second one he barely does anything.
Is he in it?
Yeah, but he's not.
Is he in it?
Yeah, he's in it. Yeah, he's in it.
Right,
There's also in 3 of the Marines.
If we're talking about actors being in like fleetingly good movies, or fleetingly being in good movies, then obviously Hulk Hogan's the best one because he was in Muppets in Space.
Well, this is it.
He was also Thunderlips, wasn't he?
Oh, what about WWE Hall of Famer Donald Trump in Home Alone 2?
Right. Right, let's move on to the first one. Less said about that orange piece of shit.
Yeah, so what you're saying, he's the greatest actor of all time, Peters, because that's a banging film. No, I don't think so. I'm saying, John Cena, the films that he's actually had a proper role in have not been that good. No, having said that, I haven't seen Bumblebee, but I have seen that crap one he's in with Amy Schumer, and I can't stand it. Trainwrecked.
Yeah, it's on Netflix now, though, isn't it? I think. I just got like the mother of all pop-ups on my screen. What's going on?
Trainwrecked or Bumblebee.
Bumblebee's on Netflix this year, I think.
Right.
So if you want to watch it, and he's in the Suicide Squad, and he's already got a spin-off of the Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
So not the new one, not the old one. The new one coming out.
So maybe he could be then.
No one's seen it because it's coming out yet.
Oh, so the first one's shit. So.
Also, Peters.
I like the first one.
I don't think it's that bad of a film. And Batman vs Superman got slagged off.
Never seen it.
It wasn't that bad.
Ben Affleck best Batman, but that's a different Did better for a different time.
He was a good, intense Batman. I enjoyed it. Christian Bale's the best Batman. Let's not get that twisted.
It's Ben Affleck.
But Suicide Squad. People didn't like it because people were told not to like it.
Nah, it's missing that oomph.
I don't think it is. I think it's an alright film.
The Joker was shite.
The Joker was the comic book Joker though, not Heath Ledger Joker. I don't think so. I think it needs to be about that.
Yeah, that's it. When he said it was rubbish. It was rubbish.
Well, no, we'll agree to disagree there. This isn't comic booking around. That's coming soon. Surely better than bloody buggering around.
We'll find out.
See what I get. So Batista then. Before we run through the 6 matches we've picked, Lou, overall thoughts on Batista from a purely wrestling point.
From a purely wrestling point of view, he was one of those wrestlers who didn't get the credit he deserved. That's what I'm going with. He was same with John Cena. Again, these two are just inextricably linked and forever going to be, I think. But he was the first wrestler to really get the heat from the IWC, as it were, them and Cena, where it's like, oh, they're on top, they can't really they don't do moonsaults. And it was like, obviously, there were some matches in this top 6 that were picked that weren't particularly great, but there was a lot more good than bad, which I think is Batista's career overall. Really, it's a definite. Obviously, he should have been in the Hall of Fame this year. Is he technically in the Hall of Fame?
He's
not been inducted, though, has he?
Yeah, but he's still technically in it, I think.
He's the Hall of Famer. I don't get how it works.
I don't know.
Maybe someone should go down to the Hall of Fame and have a look.
I think he's in it. I think he's
someone
unofficially in it.
If anyone lives near the Hall of Fame,
let us know.
Pop in and have a look. But yeah, I think it's one of those. I think he's criminally underrated. Really, I think he's a big man in an era where those guys, podcasters and internet fans, seems to just like little dudes like flipping a lot. I know that's very. It's just he was a big star for a long time.
Do you think if Batista was maybe come around, because he was in quite late, wasn't he? Yeah. Do you think if he come around 5 to 10 years before, do you think he probably would have had the credit?
Yeah, I think if that fucking idiot at the power plant who told him he wasn't good enough.
Oh, you ruined one of my first facts.
What's his name? Mage.
We'll find out.
The same guy bullied Louis Theroux, wasn't it?
He looks like a right prick.
Put a pin in that, we'll get there.
The little fucking miniature Brock Lesnar looking fuck. But
he's got proper small man syndrome, but he's got right little peen in him as well.
Yeah, but if imagine if WCW had him, Batista at the end.
Would it be? The parallels with Brock Lesnar are there for me.
Yeah,
because there was were they in the same group, same intake?
Yeah, he was Deacon Batista.
Yeah, it was the big one, wasn't it? It was Orton, Cena, Shelton Benjamin,
Lesnar,
but Lesnar got through really quickly, didn't he?
Batista.
Yeah, because Lesnar and Batista, that's a match that never happened that possibly should have.
And I was thinking that during one of these matches. I would have seen that. I
want to see. Actually, I don't want to see it now, Vince. But Batista Goldberg 15 years ago would have been alright, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would have been good. Yeah, even in 2008.
Yeah, it's a bit like DDP, because even when he was in Evolution, he was nearly 40, wasn't he, I think. Just came into it too late, so they probably didn't get the run.
Yeah, he still had a decent run.
Yeah, no, he had a run, but he didn't have a big all-time one like Cena.
Yeah, that's true.
They come in at the same time, and I think Cena's probably a bigger wrestling star than Batista, that's to say, because his run was longer.
Well, I think, but you've got to put Cena in the top 5 of all time, easily. Probably, top 5.
Depends what you're looking at, doesn't it? It'd be on my Mount Rushmore, but then it's hard to tell.
As purely as big stars, I think you have to put Cena up there with Stone Cold, The Rock, Hogan, and Flair.
Yeah, does Flair need to be in that?
Well, Flair would be 5th. Not because before the internet comes and tries to bear my house down.
No respect for WCW. No respect for WWE.
I'm not saying Flair's a bad wrestler or anything. I genuinely think he's probably one of the greatest of all time. But in purely wrestling stardom, I've watched a lot of WCW from the boom period, and Flair's not near the top.
Do you know what, though? Flair has more crossover appeal now than he ever did, really. How many rappers include Ric Flair in the songs now? It's ridiculous.
That's true. But
Where did it come from?
let's not pretend Flair was ever as big as Hogan, because he wasn't, or as The Rock, or as Cena, or as Stone Cold, because he just wasn't.
Oh,
So Peters, you'll let you disagree.
itching to disagree.
I don't really care.
Well, come to wrestling around for hot debates. Right then, Peter, something you should care about. What are your overall thoughts on Batista before we run it down the matches?
Good first run, weird little second run when he had his facelift.
I mean, his attire wasn't great, was it?
I didn't mean his face. I mean his actual face looked like a different person, didn't it? All looked a bit more tighter.
Yeah, he's in Hollywood now, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's what I mean. His second run was a bit shit, wasn't it? For me.
Lou, you look like you're going to disagree, or do you not care either?
No, I thought Batista's
If you say
run...
his second run is better than his first,
No.
You're wrong.
Second
totally
run wasn't that long. I just thought it was fans didn't give it a chance because it was the entire like Daniel Bryan thing, wasn't it?
That was the issue. But the problem, for me, it wasn't. It just wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
It wasn't worth tainting it.
To play devil's advocate here, would the fans have given a shit about Daniel Bryan as much if he'd have just won the Royal Rumble?
Yes.
I think he would at that point. Yeah,
because he's the indie guy, and he's.
I know, but...
the year after I got annoyed at the fans because like you had your moment, like you just
been a little
scam. 2015 when it was like, right,
yeah.
Siri's talking to me. I put Siri on Irish mode for some reason.
You got Sheamus weird.
Just get set up about stuff now.
But I think in order to get behind somebody, that they have to be beaten down. And if
it was, yeah, but the entire point of like Batista's second one was, I think Guardians of the Galaxy was coming out at the end of it, wasn't it? And it was like, right, have a quick world title run, promote your film, and get out again. And then obviously it just didn't happen like that, did it? No. But it was bungled. It was bungled right from the start. It came back as a babyface, and the first thing he did was shook hands with Triple H. Yeah, it was. It won a good. It was disappointing. I was really glad he came back and had that final match with Triple H at 35.
I just wish he hadn't fell over getting into the ring.
Yeah, and I also wish it wasn't like every other Triple H match and it was like half an hour long where it didn't need to be. As we'll get on to with the first match.
As we get on to one of them, yeah. Apart from that, then Peters, a fan of Leviathan, Deacon, Batista.
Yeah, he's a little bugger, isn't
he? Yeah. Do you know what? I was reading about Leviathan today, and do you know what the backstory was? He was a demon that came out of the Ohio River. So, just found it interesting. But anyhow, let's get into Dave Batista and the six, not his best matches, but the 6 matches we've picked that showcase all of Batista's talents. I think that's fair to say. We've picked 2 each, and if it's anybody's fault that one sucks, it's Terry Peters.
I think it's Lou.
We've got very different opinions on some of these matches, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's what the show's about, the hot debate, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hot debate.
So let's get into Batista. So he was born on January 18th, 1969 in Arlington, Virginia. He tried to get into the wrestling business in 1999.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He went to WCW Power Plant.
Wow.
He was told he would never make it in wrestling by Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker.
Oh, Sergeant.
That's his name.
Sergeant
so
Buddy
Lee.
He looks like a right cock. He looks like fucking Build 'em Up.
It was. Have you seen the Louis Theroux?
Yeah, he's a dick to Louis Theroux as well.
You can't be a dick to Louis Theroux.
I'm just reading his Wikipedia page, right? And it says other media. So it says Bruce also made an appearance on Louis Theroux's Weird Weekends. When Theroux asked her about the use of storylines in wrestling, Bruce felt deeply insecure. Bruce then decided to force Theroux to exercise until he got physically sick.
Yeah, there is a lot of wrestlers that give wrestling a really bad name. This guy and Raven are the two that spring to mind on the Louis Theroux Weird Weekend Wrestling Special. Nobody knows who fucking Raven is. But yeah, if anyone's read Batista's book, because it's absolutely great, and it's a bit like, you know, Alan Partridge, where like every story ends with, needless to say, I had the last laugh. Yeah. Batista's like nearly always end with, in my book, that guy was a piece of shit. The first one he's talking about is Sergeant, what's his name? Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker.
Buddy Lee Parker.
Yeah.
So, well, he then went to OVW a year later, so he didn't have that much time out. He just really he started at 30, which I think was the issue, wasn't it?
Yeah. God.
Should we go on? We'll do the
30 downhill.
It's just a weird time to start to be a wrestler.
Yeah.
I mean, you've still got a chance though. Look at Batista, he was world champion. If you still give it a go.
I tried it when I was 28, and nah.
Not for you. This is the first match then. This is Terry Peters' pick. This is from WrestleMania 21 in 2005. It's Batista versus Triple H for the World Heavyweight title. So Batista won the Royal Rumble. Is in Evolution at this point. Evolution is now split up because Batista's picked Triple H instead of joining like a triple threat match on SmackDown. This was the story that everyone thought Randy Orton was going to have. With a big crescendo at WrestleMania 21. It wasn't. But at the time, this pay-per-view was the highest buys for a non-boxing pay-per-view.
Ah.
I believe it's still in the top 5 WWE pay-per-views of all time.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Main event.
There was a big deal about this one.
It was the Hollywood one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's why there was such a big deal about it.
This was, annoyingly, the WrestleMania before I got back into wrestling.
Yeah. Do you know what's the most annoying thing?
What?
The stage. How thin did the ramp get at the end? Why? It was pointless. It looked ridiculous. I thought that was just a hazard. I don't know why, but like every time I watch this WrestleMania, it really jumps out to me and really bugs me. Why did they do that? Who designed that stage? Honestly, it's infuriating.
I can't say I noticed it that much.
It's like a triangle. It just points right. It's absolutely.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I know.
It makes me livid every time I see it. It looks so bad.
You'd be pleased to know this isn't the longest match on this WrestleMania card anyway, just on a side note.
This is one of the shorter matches that we've done. Lou, you was whinging about it. It's the
I think it's about the
third shortest match.
Okay.
Well, my irritation started with this match right at the beginning, whereas once again Triple H gets the bigger entrance. He's the
champion. Yeah, Batista's fireworks without fireworks, and he didn't have the same music, did he?
No,
changed.
he didn't.
It was weird.
But
I don't mind
fair,
Triple H having a bigger entrance as the champion.
He'd only just come out from Evolution, so he's not going to be the final package, is he?
And like I say, Triple H ultimately
you're wrong. I've got no issue with the champion getting the big entrance. I've got an issue with the heel getting the cool entrance.
Yeah. Without Michael Cole ruining it, like, how
Edge
cool was that?
Yeah, this is before Triple H became the ultimate dad. But Edge always said I think he had it lined up. Is it Alter Bridge who plays his theme tune?
Yeah.
They were going to play him in, but he was always a heel, and he never wanted to do it because he was a heel. He didn't want to have the big cool entrance, and I think that's right. I don't think you should have.
Yeah, but Triple H goes hand in hand with WrestleMania entrances like that, doesn't he? So.
Yeah, but he shouldn't because he's always heel.
Why? You don't have a fucking go at me.
I'm just saying, Peters. You're wrong. You're dead wrong.
This is quite low key for Triple H at WrestleMania.
And Andy was out first.
Yeah, which again annoys me.
Yeah, that did annoy me. But to be fair, I suppose when you have the cool entrance, you're gonna be.
Yeah, unless it was just he knew he was gonna lose. Yeah, all right, I'll lose, but I want the cool entrance.
I want my mate playing as well.
Just thought you could have given Batista something, couldn't you? It just felt very like every WrestleMania, every Triple H WrestleMania. No, but at the beginning, like it just didn't feel like a big deal, and I thought the crowd felt a bit flat.
Do you know what? I did pick up on that. The crowd didn't really get into this for a while.
Do you know what it was? It's because every WrestleMania main event that Triple H is in, and I've counted them. Like, how many do you think there is? How many WrestleMania main events Triple H is it?
9.
12.
7. I thought it was a big number. But name a good one. They always feel tacked on and too long at the end of a long show, and they're always knackering.
Even his non-main events, his one match with Seth Rollins went on for about 2 years.
Yeah, Triple H at WrestleMania just is weird, isn't it? Triple H overall, very, very good.
His WrestleMania record's shocking as well.
I'll tell you,
he's got the most losses ever, hasn't he?
I'll tell you what the best Triple H WrestleMania match is.
I suppose when you're at the champ all the time and then put somebody else over, you're going to lose a lot, aren't you?
We said it on our Christmas special. It was Triple H and Stephanie McMahon against Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle. That's the best Triple H WrestleMania match.
It was. But it wasn't the main event, and it was. But yeah, he's had 2 multi-man ones. I think the triple threat with Benoit and Michaels, and then the Fatal 4-Way at 2000, which.
Yeah.
Even at 35, when these two were against each other, it was the longest match on the card.
Yeah. But yeah, I just think Triple H just something about him at WrestleMania just didn't work. Except for is it Undertaker at 17, but everything worked on that show, so it's fine.
Yeah, that was good.
I think he had a good series of Undertaker.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not even thinking.
Oh, those ones as well.
Yeah, the little ones.
Yeah, those Undertaker ones were pretty good as well. Yeah, so those ones I'll give you. But yeah, so he's had 5 singles main events, and I think they've all felt like this, to be honest.
I think you could be forgiven for thinking Batista wasn't going to win. So Cena had just been crowned the WWE champion. And then Batista, Triple H gets the massive entrance. Batista comes out. It's just out there. I think you could be quite, unless that's what they were going for, was the big ultimate swerve.
Yeah.
But they're not making a big deal out of Batista. He's not going to win. They've already got a new guy on top.
Yeah, I think you've got to expect the babyface to win at the main event, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he should do, really.
Yeah. And do you know the first heel loss to win a WrestleMania main event?
Brock Lesnar.
Triple H.
How's
in
it?
2000. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was. I was going to say Brock Lesnar at New Orleans.
No, I think he must have been. He might have only been the second to win. Unless you count Roman at 33.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't happen often for a reason, I think.
Isn't Vince a thingy of you got to send the fans home happy?
Yeah, I think you do.
Especially on your big show.
Well, WrestleMania should be the end of a storyline, shouldn't it, really?
WrestleMania is like, it's the pinnacle of a year's worth of work, isn't it?
You can't use, I mean, you do it sometimes, but I don't think you should be using WrestleMania to build to Extreme Rules. Like, you need to, or Backlash.
WrestleMania is the reset button for the year, in my opinion. This, to be fair, I think was the reset button for this feud because it started Batista as world champ and then basically reset. We saw we'll get to one more match, which is part of this, which was the end. But for Batista's first thing, it's like resetting that title and giving it to Batista to start here fresh.
Yeah, well, yeah, 3 matches.
And that's why I picked it, because it's Batista's first run as champ.
It's a big moment, isn't it? Really.
Yeah. The match itself isn't as what I remember. I'll totally admit that. But I think
I thought the match was all right.
But for the significance, well, when you look at some of the others that we've got coming up, but I think for the significance in the timeline of WWE at that time and Batista's career, it's fairly important.
Yeah, I thought it was. I think you've been a bit harsh. It was dragged out. It's not dragged out.
I'm not saying it's a bad match, but I think out of the ones that we picked here, it's probably one of. Even though it was my pick, I picked it more for the timeline rather than the actual content.
Yeah, I think in the context,
you picked a match for the moment, not for the ring forward.
Yeah. Well, in the context of the show, it was HBK and Angle had been on earlier on it, so I think the crowd were just like, yeah.
Well, this was a big mania anyway because you just seen Cena win as well, hadn't you? It's a difficult one to follow when you are the main event and you've had so many highs in this already.
Yeah.
As a pay-per-view.
I like what WWE were doing here. I can't think of a comparable one in terms of like world title matches and the winners pointing to the future. Up until possibly 35, where Seth Rollins, Kofi Kingston both won.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, but it's it was both like 2 new champions. I know Seth Rollins wasn't in the other example, but he was meant to be the face of the company until they ruined it later in the year. But it was.
That's why Roman's on top.
Yeah, it was a change of the guard, wasn't it? Like WrestleMania 20 was like kind of thank you guys for your long wrestling careers, as in Benoit and Eddie. And I think this one was like, right, new stars, new world title, new world champions. These are the 2 going to be the future going forwards.
Big Davey gave this 2 3/4.
That's harsh. I would give it 3.
We'll put it this way: he's given a 4 3/4, a 4.5, a 3.5, and 3 1/4 already on the card. 2 duds on this card and a 1 1/4. So it's hard because you've got also on the card when you're looking at it, you've got Money in the Bank, the first ever one. You've got Randall, Keith Orton and Taker, Eddie and Ray, Sean and Kerr as well. There's some good match on there, so I think maybe the qualities against some of those probably isn't there. So I think that's probably about fair. But like I say, in the timeline of WWE, it's quite an important moment, this one.
Yeah, it was just a victim of Triple H's eternal quest for a classic WrestleMania main event.
Yeah, and he does try to add, doesn't he, Triple H?
And Flair, I thought Flair was alright in this as well. I didn't mind Flair particularly.
Flair gets up, he tries to use the belt. Has a Flair running ever worked?
That's a good point.
Flair shouting at Mike Chioda as well was brilliant. Because he actually calls him Chioda. He says Chioda like, what the hell's going on or something.
The WCW ref spot as well, where he just dived in times where to grab that chair.
Yeah.
At one point it was great.
Chioda wasn't ex-WCW, was he? Chioda's always been...
He obviously learned from speaking to Charles Robinson and Nick Patrick backstage.
Teaching him how to do it.
Yeah.
I thought Batista got quite a lot of offense on this. Flair. You just assume Flair gets pushed open because Flair's in the match. Right? Triple H gets pushed open pretty bad. It made Batista look like a bit of a beast.
Yeah, it did.
I think it had to be fair, though, didn't it?
Yeah.
So Batista wins after 21 minutes. A good start to a good reign, I thought. I think you've been harsh on it. Maybe I have Batista tinted glasses on.
Yeah, I think you have, Ross. I was just like, I started watching this. I was just like, it's gonna be a slog.
I think the next match we've got coming up is the best. Is better than this one.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And is longer as well.
Yeah, well, that's it.
But to be fair, I think it needs to be longer.
Yeah, and it was. But I won't say what it is yet. But as we get onto it, that's the reason it's there.
Yeah. It gets a good star rating as well from the old belt.
Right. Before we get there, though, I've got another Batista fact.
Oh.
Will you like this one? Because it's slightly related to Guardians of the Galaxy.
Lou's got a semi.
So while he was playing Drax, he would be in makeup for 3 to 4 hours every day, putting it on, and an hour and a half taking it off.
He was stood up while having it all put on.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
2 facts, two have been ruined.
So the makeup was so heavy, he couldn't sit down, so he would spend all day leaning.
Yeah.
Do you know what? You two do a fucking show.
Do you know what? Was like we're on Marvel now again. Does Drax like never sit down then? I'm just trying to think.
He can't sit down in his makeup at all. Yeah, so he would spend up when he gets.
He does sit down. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, he sits down.
Maybe they reapply it then, but he's not supposed to sit down. He just has to stand there leaning.
They're on the ship. When they're on the ship, and the bit where he tricks Mantis into petting Rocket. I think we all remember that one. But we're doing this Marvel spin-off, by the way, guys.
On your own time. I'm quitting this. Sure.
What I'm more thinking here is your facts have made me commonly well known if me and Lou.
Do you know what? It was fucking hard to find 6 facts.
He's googled like top 6 Batista facts and clicked on the first link.
And we've ruined them both. I can't wait to ruin 4, 5.
Ross's research is basically Wikipedia.
I went on 5 or 6 different fact websites because all of the other facts were, did you know Batista's half Filipino? Well, that's not really a good fact, is it?
Did you know he was half Filipino, though?
Yeah, I did. He used to steal cars as well, but I picked some interesting quirky ones.
I won't say one I'm about to say until the end because you might have already picked up on it.
Well, don't say any facts if you can help it because I've still got 4 more. And going on the first 2, you probably everybody already knows them.
Right, move on to the next match then.
He doesn't have many factful things about him, right? I thought there'd be loads.
I think I know what one you're going to pick out is, and I'll be very surprised if you haven't. So
one of them's a bit of a loose cannon one, so 2 of them maybe that you don't know. But who knows? Never doing this again. You know what? When you two can host the show next week, yeah, you two like it.
Alright, that's fine.
Christ, lose pick. Got Triple H against Batista again.
You got to put the fish head on.
This is for I ain't got anything. You've got the stupid fish head on. See what I'm doing? I'm handing in my bloody resignation. Brilliant facts. Triple H vs Batista, right? Let's just do this match. Christ. This is for the World Heavyweight title. Batista is obviously the champion. It's at Vengeance 2005, so they've already had a match in between at Backlash, I believe, which is the WrestleMania rematch. This is Triple H's last chance to get the title.
So it's like a series, a 3 series then, wasn't it?
But Batista had a match with Edge in between the second match and the third match. But Edge won a tournament.
Oh, he won the Gold Rush, didn't he? Forgot about that.
Fair dues.
Whilst there was Money in the Bank, right?
It would have been,
yeah.
So this is a Hell in a Cell. Triple H has never lost a one-on-one Hell in a Cell match. at this point.
Yeah.
I was desperate to see this match back in the day.
Yes, because it's a Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, that's why.
Place.
And I'm a bloodthirsty idiot.
There's a big feud. It needs to blow off in the Hell in a Cell. Not it's October, is it? Love Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, let's paint it red. Yeah, this is when Hell in a Cell matches were
meant something.
Good. Yeah.
It meant something. And this again, it was the crumbling of Evolution, wasn't it? This was like Evolution officially coming to an end until 2014 as well.
Well, this was the final...
when they got back together for some random reason.
This was the final, and Batista went to SmackDown shortly after.
Yeah, and I think
because both champions were on Raw at this time, weren't they?
Yeah, because John Cena was the first pick of the draft lottery, wasn't he? And he started up against Jericho, a feud with Jericho, I think, before he buggered off to go tour with Fozzy.
Triple threat with them and Christian, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah,
sure.
But I thought this was quite an important match again in the timeline because it's like just general WE timeline because it's the end of Evolution, isn't it? Essentially, this is like putting Evolution to bed.
It also cements Batista as the champion because, again, it wouldn't have been surprising if Triple H won this one.
It makes Batista look strong
through shenanigans. Because I wouldn't
locking Flair in the cage in the cell.
It could have been. I think something could have happened, but it's pretty brutal. Before the match, Batista gets his pyro.
Yeah, music
and his new music. Yeah,
so
he's obviously getting that.
When did he get his new music, Russ?
In between this match and the match we just said.
I thought he was going to do his
all about his facts, and he doesn't know what he's on about.
Makes this big deal about doing the research, but then just...
Well, yeah, I'm not doing the research this week. You're doing the fucking research. I'm going to write every match. I'm going to have 2 fucking words to say about it. Yeah, that happened. And then I'm going to talk about some fucking shitty Marvel films.
Whoa!
For the show.
Let's talk about Batista's best moments with that.
Yeah, we are. We're talking about wrestling because what's the show called? Wrestling Around. So it's called.
Yeah, we barely talk about wrestling really.
Do you want the fish head?
Basically,
it's fine.
I hope we ruin 3, 4, 5, and 6 for him now. I really hope we ruin them.
I'm just gonna try and throw out like random facts. As we go.
Yeah, well, go fuck yourself. Go about that.
I hope that. I hope.
The match. So let's just do the match, shall we? This is what people are here. It's pretty brutal. There's a chain used. Wish I had a bloody chain though. Triple H obviously gets bust open. Does Triple H get bust open as much as Ric Flair?
No.
He doesn't, but it always looks horrendous. But it doesn't go in his hair as much as Flair. It doesn't look as ridiculous.
Yeah, because I think it's like Flair's white hair. It just makes it look something else.
And I think Flair intentionally pushes it back into his hair to make it look worse. You know, like when he's clearing it out with his face instead of doing it from side to side or down, he much pushes it back, doesn't he, into the old sheep block.
Sick fuck Flair, isn't he? Do you remember when he retired against Shawn Michaels and then he went on fucking TNA and started cutting himself open again?
Yeah, in Australia, didn't he? But he's back now. He's back on. Is the TV regular? Isn't he on WWE?
Yeah, he's Lacey Evans' new manager.
Yeah, he's gone with Lacey Evans, which is weird.
Why is Raw so bad, but SmackDown so good? Different debate for a different time. We'll do that at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. So Triple H is bust open. There's a chair wrapped in barbed wire.
Ooh, this looks good.
Yeah.
I like this.
Not what I was expecting.
No, I felt really bad because Batista's hung up on that rope for a long time, right? And he can't see it coming, can he? So he knows that the next part is him getting hit in the back with a bad wire steel chair.
Oh, when you see it all coming out,
probably has no idea. Yeah, probably has no idea when it's going to come. He just knows that Triple H is going to do it at some point. Must be agonizing waiting for that to happen.
Even if you know it's coming and you're tense, that's hair. It's gonna hair.
Yeah, it's when you see it all pouring out of his back as well, all the blood. It's gonna ruin the tattoo as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Does it go deep enough that it depends on how deep the wound is, I guess. Does the ink go deep? I don't have any tattoos, so I don't know. But does the ink go deep enough that
I think
the skin heals off? You can still see it underneath.
I think it'd scar it a little bit. I think it would mark it. I ain't gonna try it out on mine. Put it that way.
Well, do it now. Live stream Friday night.
I have got a screwdriver in my hand. I have got a screwdriver in my hand. To be fair,
he's got a screwdriver in his hand.
Why have you got a screwdriver in your hand?
Oh, it was just on the desk. I'm just playing with it to keep my hands off.
I'm
Yeah.
shocked.
Well, that's weird, actually, Peters, because I've got a screw on my desk.
Oh my God! On Skype, right? Say, Peters, what you need to do now is you need to screw towards your right.
Like that.
No, say, Peters, screw towards your right. Well, you need to hold yours so the screw is towards your left. No, Peters, you're not screwing towards your right, are you? You're screwing in front of you. Do the L's, Peters, if you're struggling.
Oh, right, like that, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're
So it
doing.
looks like Peters is screwing it in.
Like that.
Yeah, who's holding it the wrong way around?
Right.
I can't tell you.
Screwing.
Screwing around.
Oh, Jesus, that's where some buggering around.
Yeah. Do you know, we thought that Peters was a bad move when we started the show, but someone got up on the wrong side of the bed today, and that person is Ross Markham.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Right, let's match anyway.
Absolute amateurs. Yeah, Triple H obviously gets his sledgehammer out. I'm surprised it didn't come out in the first match, actually. They used the belt instead of the sledgehammer.
Oh, yeah.
Match, Triple H had the sledgehammer. Batista wins after a Batista bomb, despite Triple H holding the sledgehammer.
I thought that ending was cool.
Bruce won it.
It's the same as, is it the Undertaker Triple H match? I can't remember when it is. Triple H hits him with the sledgehammer as he's in the last ride position. It was a sort of
Is that at the end of an Elimination Chamber?
I can't remember, but it's the only time Triple H ever used a gimmick sledgehammer, and it did more damage than a normal one.
No, it's not that one then.
I think it's a cool
The
finish.
top
That
falls off. The hammer bit falls off the top.
Yeah.
I think it's cool because it's like if Batista had pissed around for like 2 seconds longer, it got the old sledgehammer in the head.
Because I thought at first, I was like, oh, bloody hell, no, they've telegraphed like Triple H using the sledgehammer, reversing it. But it was a ruse.
It was
a ruse.
Rules within a rules.
I'd also like to point out that JR is great in this.
Yeah, it made me wish back for the old JR. Not
Yeah,
so much friend of the show, obviously. Not so
Let me
much JR.
wish for Coach as well on commentary again. Like, gives it a sports-like feel, doesn't it?
We get a lot of commentators. We get a bit of Matt Striker later on.
We also get a bit of Josh Matthews as well.
Fucking Matt Striker.
We get JBL, we get the King, we get Cole.
We get a lot. We
Yeah.
get a lot. We get some good, some bad. And one person in particular is horrendous.
Yeah, Matt Striker is fucking awful. Like, I know it's a new commentator on TNN. That's right.
Yeah.
Apparently he's good now. Apparently, I've been told he's good now.
He was all right on Lucha Underground.
Yeah. Something's fucking terrible on WrestleMania 26. And if we ever do it, I'm just going to complain about him for the entire time. Ruins that show.
Did he?
Yeah.
Is that not the Miz main event?
No, that's 27.
27.
That's 27. Well, yeah.
We gave this 4.5.
It was good. It was one of the better.
I think that's worth it. To be
It was
fair.
one of the better Hell in a Cell matches, especially because they don't go outside.
The thing is, it's a brutal match. Like you say, you can tell it's like at the end of a blood feud.
Yeah, it was needed. It was the proper blow off, not just.
Yeah, it wasn't just almost like a passive match, where it's just to lead to the next match where they'll have a singles match and you can't be counted out or some bollocks like that. It's like this is when Hell in a Cell was used correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
I've got no problem with this match. This is probably my favourite match of the 6.
Ooh, you're wrong.
No, in fact, no. This is my second favourite match of the 6. My second.
So, Lou, is it your favorite? It was obviously one of your picks. So I'm guessing it's in your top 2.
No, I picked it because I've never seen it before, to be honest.
There we go.
I enjoyed it, yeah. In fact, both
You've not
matches.
seen this match before?
Both matches I picked that nose. I think I had seen this one.
You've got the Hell in a Cell.
I had the Hell in a Cell box set, and I think it was on it, yeah.
And we
I was
watched
going to
them
say,
all.
this must be up there, one of the best Hell in a Cell
I
matches.
remember when that came out.
We sat down and watched them all.
Yeah, it was all of them before it got to like 4 a year on it, I think.
Yeah, and it was cool.
Yeah, so maybe I had seen this one before.
It was definitely on it because Edge and Undertaker was on it. So this was definitely on it.
So I'd seen this, but I forgot I'd seen it.
I also like when I think it's Triple H where he gets picked up and gets like his spine just shoved into the corner of the cell in the ring post as well.
Yeah.
I think that's very
I nearly
good.
picked the Batista Undertaker Hell in a Cell, but I thought it's more about Edge really in it that one.
Yeah.
So I didn't pick it for Batista showcase.
I guess that's why you didn't pick the Daniel Bryan match as well, even though you really wanted to.
It was, yeah. It's
not about it.
Yeah, it's well.
Bit Shield though, so it's not really about him either, was it?
No, that was his last match though, wasn't it?
No.
I thought he retired. I thought he quit, didn't he?
I mean, have you seen WrestleMania 35? Because you were watching it with us.
In the current, in his current figure. That was 2014. WrestleMania 35 was 2018. Last match in that run. Announce.
He's not having it.
You two need to calm down. Everyone's raged here. Raged on Batista. It was 26 minutes, so that match was longer than the first match.
I don't think
guess
it felt 26 minutes, though.
Didn't feel as
felt
long as the
shorter.
first match, though.
No, the first match felt very long.
Yeah, but it's not the longest Triple H match we've got.
No, it's not.
Right then, next fact. Batista collects steel lunchboxes.
Lunchboxes!
I knew that one.
Yeah, the Green Lantern, that's like a real famous one. He showed it on MTV Cribs.
He's got a special Guardians of the Galaxy one that was made for him. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to mention the lunchboxes. Yeah, he showed them on MTV Cribs.
Because you two nerds know it. Other people listening might not.
He's really good at Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know if you've seen it before. He plays Drax.
How about this, Lou? Go fuck yourself.
He
It's just anger.
in MTV Cribs as well. He was saying how he bought his like 16-year-old daughter a Mercedes to learn to drive in.
Yes, I watched that. I watched that.
I was going to say, I really hope that was one of your facts. I've just ruined.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Yeah, I don't think you'll get the other ones.
There you go.
You're
There's a little extra fact for you all then.
Yeah, well, why don't you get your own facts, Peters?
I'd-
Let you your own facts next week when you're hosting the show.
Hey, I'll give it a well if you want.
And
Kid.
I'm just gonna write one word down about every match.
You do it then. You do it.
Fall apart at the seams. Should we do the next match then? This is Peter's pick again. I'm not that pleased with you about this match.
I mean,
Peters.
you're wrong on this one. You're just fucking wrong.
We've got Eddie Guerrero versus Batista for the World Heavyweight title. So we're on SmackDown now. It's No Mercy 2005. Unfortunately, this would be Eddie Guerrero's last ever pay-per-view match. But it was boring, Peters.
It wasn't boring at all.
It was boring.
No, I think Ross is incorrect on this one.
This was great.
No, it's a nice little setup for an Eddie first time like that.
Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? It was this essentially was face versus face. Everyone was loving Eddie Guerrero as well. I thought this was great, and Eddie was just unbelievable in this.
It was good, and I'm not saying it was.
I mean, you just said it was boring.
It was conflicted story.
It was boring.
No, I don't think it was boring.
All right, Boris, is that you
It was boring.
making a U-turn every 2 minutes?
It was boring.
Boris Ross over there.
I am ready U-turn because I'm saying it was boring.
Well, no, then you said it was all right a minute ago.
It was all right. That's not good though,
I'm
is
not
it?
having it. Not having it. No, I thought
it was quite good.
I thought this match was good. I've never seen it before, to be fair, and I picked it because it was Eddie's last match, like pay-per-view match, and it was like a really good. I remember it being quite a prevalent storyline at the time.
You picked it because you're the IWC personified. Let's be honest.
That's
why you
I've got
picked
Lou's backing up saying it was a good match.
it. But that's why you picked it because you're the IWC.
I am worried that I agree with all what culture Peters over there, but
I thought this was
I'm
really
Terry
good.
Peters from WhatCulture.com, and this is 10 reasons why wrestling sucks.
And this is the reason Peters is the best. No, I think this was two people at the top of their game.
Yeah.
I think this was a really good storyline. And like you say, sadly, it came to a premature end because Eddie was eventually going to win the title.
Yeah.
Apparently. Very sad. But I
bridge.
thought I really like this because you got Eddie doing all his schmuck of, trying to cheat to win and then realising he was actually he shouldn't be doing that. And like you say, he's been a bit of a tweener at this point in time. But as well, you can tell they're both actual friends out the ring as well because they looked like they were both really enjoying the match.
The best bit about this match was Eddie Guerrero's theme music.
Oh, with the ringing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I liked it as well when he was thinking about using the chair and then his conscience came through and he doesn't use the chair. Then you get his little smile at the end after shaking hands with Batista and then Batista thinking, oh shit, I shouldn't turn my back on him. Nah, great stuff. And I thought it was a really athletic match from the pair of them. And Eddie Guerrero at this point, unfortunately, is looking jacked.
It was looking big. Weirdly, it ends with a spine buster.
Yeah, I did think that was odd. But I wonder if that's maybe not to damage Eddie too much. I don't know, because it's hard, isn't it, when obviously your challenger doesn't win and then the storyline continues. I don't know if it was maybe to make Eddie Guerrero not look as bad. I don't really know.
I think it made him look worse because Batista didn't even have to use his best move to beat him.
Yeah, but Eddie was a smaller guy though, wasn't he? It's
I
not
don't know,
like
but that don't make Eddie look good, does it? Eddie's so small, Batista doesn't even have to use his best moves to beat him.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's an odd finish.
It wasn't like he was like done. It was just like it was like he got caught out on it. I think.
Yeah.
Which is why you can continue. Like if he'd have done his Batista bomb and that was the end of it, it's pretty final there.
Yeah, that's the point I'm getting at. Yeah.
So I think this is where it looks like he's just been caught out.
I get it
Caught off his guard.
if one person doesn't use their finish, yeah, so you have the next match to say, well, I never actually eat you a mine. If I eat you a mine, I'll win.
Yeah.
I would get that. I think it makes Eddie look weak.
I do like Eddie.
How many people kicked out with Spinebuster? It's like the Rock's DDT. He's never going to win with that.
I did like Eddie's frog splash to the back as well in this. I thought it was really clever.
Yeah, but it was all right.
You're wrong. God, we've got some split opinions today, haven't we? Jesus Christ, lads.
Shall we have my next fact?
Got it.
In 2009, Batista appeared as himself on the Australian TV soap Neighbours.
I mean, that's incredible.
And he said it was a complete amateur outfit.
Also, sorry to interrupt your fact. Big Davey gave that last match 2 3/4.
About right.
Oh, look at this guy. He's having to go. Everyone else go to RWC. Oh, I agree with Meltzer 100%.
Maybe it was a bit too high, 2.5, because it was just bang in the middle.
You're wrong. You're just all sorts of wrong.
Yeah, I think you're wrong on that one.
So I'd rather would have watched Batista appear as himself in 2009 episodes of Neighbours.
No, I do want to watch that.
Yeah, that sounds great, to be fair.
Is it on YouTube?
I don't know.
I'm sure it is.
But you like this as well.
Really,
This is
really research, you would have found a link to it.
This is a little bonus facts for you. This isn't any of my other facts. Batista has a weird history with his Guardians of the Galaxy co-stars. So he appeared in Neighbours the same as Chris Hemsworth. Well, Avengers co-stars.
Yeah, he's Australian, so he goes through Neighbours.
Maybe is it like British actors go through a curry or EastEnders?
I guess so, yeah. But they all come from there, even Jason Donovan.
I found a link of Batista on Good Morning Britain.
That doesn't. I mean,
it's not the same.
It's not the same, is it?
I know. I was looking for the name.
It could be like. He's going to be on every interview show, isn't he?
No, but there is a link. 'Cause he sat next to Joe Swash from EastEnders.
How is that a link? He
sat
next to another actor.
He's a big wrestling fan, Joe Swash, isn't he? Have you seen him? You seen the one where he's fighting Justin Sizem? Joe Hendry's in the background. It's the worst thing ever.
Speaking of Justin, I hate Justin Sizem.
Anyway, that's what we Avengers.
So he also appeared in Riddick with Vin Diesel before they got into the Guardians of the Galaxy, which apparently Vin Diesel specifically hired him and asked for him.
Yeah.
And he once met Bradley Cooper. I think it was at Wimbledon. Before they'd both agreed to sign for Guardians of the Galaxy, but none of them was allowed to tell anybody else that they signed up. And they'd never met again until the first day shooting.
Yeah. Because Bradley Cooper's not on set with him, is he? It's Sean Gunn who plays Rocket on set.
Yeah.
That's an interesting fact for you about more Marveling Around facts.
Marvel, join us next week for Marveling Around.
Yes. Are we doing it?
No.
I'll do it on my own.
We're doing Royal Rumble.
I'm starting with Iron Man next week.
Is that the first one?
Yeah.
There we go. Right then, this is one of the next match. This is my first pick. Speaking of Good Morning Britain, just before we move on, have you ever seen Ryland get body slammed by Viper?
I have not. No,
I have not, but I want to see this.
It's worth watching.
Why are there so many wrestlers on Good Morning Britain all the time?
It was World of Sport.
Yeah, because that's the one where Zach Gibson and El Ligero have a fight, don't they? Good Morning Britain.
Yeah, maybe not much that one.
And then what else happens? Oh, Pete Dunne's on there talking about veganism.
Wasn't Becky Lynch and Kane? Oh no, they're on BBC News. And Kane's like wearing like a grey fleece, and he with his mask on. Out of context wrestling on TV is great.
Yeah, like, I do love it. You know, like when you're watching something and like a wrestler just pops up.
Yeah. It's the fact that you're not expecting him to be there, and then it just looks ridiculous. Like say, Kane wearing his mask with a grey fleece. He looks like your dad keeping home on a Sunday afternoon, but sat on national British telly.
Yeah, because Vladimir
The Miz on Bull Peter. The Miz on Bull Peter is a good one.
Carl Eaton on Sky Sports News was great as well.
I haven't seen a Dudley Boys on Sky Sports News once. That was strange. Can't remember
WWE Weakest Link was brilliant as well.
Yeah, it was. Kim was in proper clothes there.
Yeah, Bubba Ray Dudley was spelt BUH as well.
That's how
Which
it's
is
spelled
weird.
in
So it wasn't.
ECW,
ECW, and that's how he spells it. Not in anywhere. He's not in there. Yeah, he's not Bully Ray. Right, and we'll go on to my first pick then. The best match out of all six. We've got Batista, the World Heavyweight Champion, against Undertaker at WrestleMania 23. So Undertaker was the Royal Rumble winner. He was the first person to ever win it from number 30. I think he'd been out for a while as well, hadn't he?
Just before this, you knew number 30 was going to win this Royal Rumble because they kept fucking banging on about how much number 30 had not won it. Oh, no one's ever won from number 30. It's like every other line thinking, well, number 30 is clearly going to win it. It was just so obvious. I hate it when they do stuff like that.
Do you know what number gets no respect?
Goddamn obvious.
Number 2. Number 2 never gets any respect. It's the same as number 1.
Yeah, that's where Mysterio won it from, wasn't it?
No, it's number 1 gets... Number 2 is harder than number 1 because number 1 can secretly quickly attack, whereas number 1 can walk down, can't they, freely?
Number 2 can come through the crowd.
Come from under the ring.
Yeah, number 2. No, it's the same. They're in the match for the same amount of time. It just gets no respect to number 2.
No, I think number 1's got a slight advantage. Slightly.
Yeah, so number 2 should have more respect.
I think like you're that angry about it today that you're arguing the same point now.
Yeah, Pete, I'm saying number 2's harder to win from number 1, and you're also saying that.
I agree. I'm just saying, yeah. Angry and around.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
We get it's in the middle of the card, this match, which we
I remember,
is a mistake.
This is the first WrestleMania I think I watched live. I'm sure I watched this one live.
We did watch
I was thinking it was 24. Why did I watch? Must have been this one. I
watched
this one. But it was weird.
This was Trump. This was Trump on it.
I was going to say, do we know what's 2 matches later?
Yeah, Donald Trump.
It's good old Trump. Yeah.
We definitely watched this live.
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I watched it live, but it was because it was weird. You watched it with cousin Tom at Tom's house, didn't
we? Yeah.
It was Did we watch it live or did we record it? Don't matter. Anyway, but I remember just being confused that this came on so early because I thought this was going to be the main event.
This should have been the main event.
Do you know what the main event was?
It was Shawn Michaels.
Michaels and Cena.
Come on, I can see why it wasn't the main event.
No, but I remember the build-up.
This is main event.
The build-up for that match, I did not
now.
get. Like,
I can see why WWE would put Shawn Michaels, John Cena as a main event.
I remember at the time, I was would have been like 16, I think. Yeah, 16. This match just seemed like a bigger build-up because it genuinely felt like Undertaker was going to lose. Cena versus Michaels was like, it was the last for DX against John Cena. I didn't care like as much. This match was where it was all about.
I mean, it's in.
And he was the Royal Rumble winner as well, which goddamn put some respect on that Rumble win, please.
Do you think that the Royal Rumble should always be the main event?
Yeah, I mean, you can't do it now, obviously, because it's 2 Rumbles, but
back in the day, it should have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the World Heavyweight title and not WWE. It's a SmackDown title, isn't it? It's always
21. It's just, it felt like a big deal.
Yeah, but the World
Heavyweight.
It was the Raw title then, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was a Raw title.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've just realised what I was about to say. Ignore me, I've corrected
myself. Did you get, the sort of big feel? Teddy Long started announcing it.
Yeah, what was that about?
Get so long on the card.
That was weird.
Yeah.
He did that the other week on Raw, didn't he? Yeah. He memed himself.
It was my favourite Ted Long moment is where Kurt Angle's about to announce his GM. Ted Long comes out.
Walks out.
I'm in a tag team match.
It's where he does his little walk off at the end, doesn't he? But there's no music. Just like, okay, player.
Teddy Long, gotta love him. For whatever reason he's announcing. This is the shortest match of the card, 15 minutes.
Yeah, I did it need to go much longer though?
Didn't need to be any longer.
Could it?
Long doesn't mean good.
No,
it's true. That is true.
I think it would have probably worsened it if it had gone longer.
It had all the big spots, didn't it? Including Taker doing the Foley bump on the stairs. I never thought.
Yeah.
I think this was a big match for both of them because I think this is when they both became really good wrestlers. I know what you're thinking. You think Undertaker's been on for years. What are you talking about, Lou?
I think this is when they became.
This was Undertaker's first good streak match.
This was his Indian summer, wasn't it?
Yeah, because before this is like he was just facing like monsters and stuff. Like the year before, he was facing Mark Henry, and Mark Henry wasn't very good.
Yeah, in the casket match.
In a casket match. And he had Randy on the year before that, but then before that it was like Succession had just I don't know. The streak wasn't that much really. Like,
A very young Randy Orton as well.
Well, this was 15-0, wasn't it?
Yeah, this felt like the streak was a really big deal, and it was. I don't think Undertaker had like a bad WrestleMania match until Brock after this.
Yeah, Mitch got knocked out, did
he? Yeah.
But I agree with you. This was before the Shawn Michaels and Triple H matches.
And I think this is when people started respecting Batista as a performer as well.
Yeah, I thought.
I'm pretty sure I've seen on Twitter that Batista himself has said that this was his favorite match. Like this is the one that he considered his best.
I know he said on many podcasts he thought this should have been the main event.
It should have been.
He was really annoyed that it wasn't.
Yeah, and they went out to prove a point, didn't they? Which I think they did.
You can tell. You can tell, can't you?
Even the hot start, though, like that hot start, it's like what you get in like Brock's matches these days, isn't it? Of just like a spear straight off the bat.
Yeah.
It was about testosterone circling each other.
It's the way it was just straight into it, wasn't it? It was. Yeah. It's what you would have expected for a big time match, really.
Yeah. I mean, the crowd really
bought into it. They didn't. The thing is, they liked both guys as well, didn't they? They didn't.
Batista got quite a few boos.
Yeah, but is that because he's against Taker though?
Yeah, I think
it's only because he's against Taker. But on a normal, anybody else, he would have been cheered. But I think secretly, although they were booing him, if he was against Triple H, they'd have been cheering him. It's only because he was against Taker.
Do we think then? We're saying the crowd was right into it. We're saying it was a great match. We've been to WrestleManias. They were long. They aren't as long back then as they are now, but they're still long. They're still the biggest show. Do we think the crowd would have been into it as much if this was on last?
Yeah, because of the way it started. So the problem with like Triple H main events to go back onto it,
it's too methodical.
They just take forever to get into it.
When if you get straight into it, people go, "Oh my god!" Like they're not expecting you to get into it. You expect a wrestling match to be feeling people out for a minute or two, like you say, just a slow burner. Whereas if you just go straight into it, hell for leather, people are like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, it's like the first one we went to, 32. Where I think that main event went like 32 minutes or something ridiculous, didn't it?
Mm.
Do you remember how long it took to get right into it? But imagine if straight out the gates, Roman Reigns just speared Triple H.
Or speared Steph.
And that's when he starts.
He did spear Steph. Did he spear Steph?
He did.
But I mean, if you'd done that at the start,
I'd spear
been like, "Oh my word!"
I think middle of their entrance because that took about 2 hours.
Yeah, there's just probably off the top of that like big tower picture of that.
Yeah.
I just think there's too many people these days, and I think like I don't even though we have a go out on the show a lot, but I actually don't mind Dave Meltzer. Like I don't think I think there's a lot worse wrestling journalists out there. Like looking at you, Sidgwick from What Culture. But I just it's what
looking at you, Ross from
Ross. I just think there's too many people now who just like they go, "Oh well, that can't be like 5 stars because it was only like 15 minutes."
Yeah, it's the people that then try and put it on the Meltzer scale, and it's just you just think there's no perfect system for a 5-star match. This to me is a 5-star.
Same with films as well, isn't it? Like you could have a 90-minute film that's like brilliant, but it'll never win an Oscar.
Phone booth, 80 minutes.
Yeah, that film was a great example. What a film. Phone booth around next week.
Phone booth is a great film.
It's
the same, man. My example for short 5-star matches, Lesnar Goldberg.
Yeah.
Not the first one.
That's a classic. That's when it's funny.
But it doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't. Just because it's 35 minutes long and in the Tokyo Dome doesn't make it 7 stars.
Yeah, 35 minutes would be a short Wrestle Kingdom match these days.
Yeah, but you know what I'm getting at, though, don't you?
They're going like 45. And it's like look at the revival now when I can't remember what pay-per-view it was at AEW. They went for like 40 minutes or something, and it would just suck the life out. And Meltzer still give it like 4.5 because technically it was good, but no one cared because it just went on forever.
This is 4 stars.
This is what wrestling should be. Like this match. I don't care about your backflips and your super kicks and you whatnot.
You gave this 4 stars. Yeah.
I think that's for Meltzer. For Meltzer in WWE, that's good.
Yeah. He gave Taker Michaels 4.5 or 4.75.
He gave Cena Michaels in the main event 4 stars as well.
Yeah.
And he gave the first match 4.25.
The main event was a good match. Like it did get the crowd invested, but I just felt this would have been a better main event.
I think this would have been a better main event, but WWE didn't value the.
Well, I guess the thing is, if they put it as the main event, they might have given more time, and it didn't need more time, so it might not have been as good if it was stretched out.
That's it. Yeah.
Lillian Garcia almost gets leveled as well. in this
Oh,
match.
when the Taker goes into the...
Yeah, I mean, there's some big hitting moves in this match, isn't there, when he goes into that timekeeping area. Lillian Garcia could have beat him too.
My favourite thing is Batista absolutely manhandling him. That power slam through the announce table.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing
Absolutely
is,
manhandling him.
because it was such a back and forth match as well, you didn't genuinely know who was going to win this match. You couldn't have called it from the first minute that Undertaker was going to win it.
I was convinced. I remember the wrestling news sites at the time in a blaze with like Batista's going to win this. Like they're actually going to end the streak.
Do you think that would have been better?
What?
Knowing how the
winning.
streak ends, do you think ending in this match would have been better?
No.
I don't think they should have ended the streak.
Yeah,
I personally don't. But if they're going to,
if they're going to, this would have been the match to do it. But
no, I think Brock was the right decision. It was just a shame the match went the way it did.
Yeah, I personally don't think they should have done it. But
no,
that's another story for another day.
I don't think this would have been the right time either, because then you wouldn't have got the
the way they should have ended the streak, and I'm saying this is they should have turned heel Cena heel and made him Undertaker tap out, so just double down that heat.
To be fair, that would have put Monster Heat on Cena.
That guy at the front though, with his eyes were genuinely popped out his head.
Yeah, that's how they should have ended the streak for me. If they were going to end it, you should have tapped out to Cena.
Oh, I thought Edge was going to end it.
Yeah, but that's the great thing. Like I was convinced that Shawn Michaels was going to end it twice, and Triple H. That spot in the Hell in a Cell match where he gets super kicked, pedigree, and hit with a sledgehammer, and Shawn Michaels is not going to count. He still kicks out.
Just going back to the crowd as well. Taker hits the last ride, and the crowd are so loud for that as well. The crowd help it really make this match as well, don't they? Because they've just bought into it, as we said from the go, and that really is impressive to me. To get the crowd to buy in from the first move is really impressive, and two wrestlers doing a good job.
This was a big buy rate, is it not? This is not the most popular pay-per-view of all time.
I suspect.
What was this half-ass research for this game?
23 is number 2. Is the second most.
I thought this was the highest.
1.2 million.
Yeah.
It was the highest at the time.
Yeah, I think it was
highest pay-per-view of all time, like boxing, like wrestling. That one, is it not?
No, Cena Rock's got the most.
No, at the time.
At the time, yeah, it's the most bought WrestleMania pay-per-view at 1.2 million.
I felt like even if you counted like boxing, UFC, this was
still
the one at the time. I think.
I don't think it would have been now.
It won't be now, but at the time, God's sake, at the time.
At the time,
it wouldn't be now though.
The other thing,
fucking time.
Yeah, but not right now though.
God's sake. I quit. Just spin off.
We're not coming back next week.
I was going to say, this is it. We're all done with wrestling around. We'll get through these last 3 matches and then
the other thing I was going to say about this match was, yes, they kick out of finishes. They kick out the last ride and kicks out the Batista bomb. But it was a genuine shock. Not like now, where they kick out of 18 finishes each. Finishing doesn't finish a match anymore, does it?
No, it shouldn't in WrestleMania. WrestleMania is the only time you can get away with it, I think.
The thing is, as well, it was the close near falls as well, when the referee's hand is literally like about to tap for the 3 and the kick out. And that's an art to me.
Yeah.
And it's an art that seems to be getting a bit lost in wrestling as well.
Yeah. How many times were you convinced the streak was going to end the first time you watched it in this match? Several.
Yeah.
It's my favourite match. The only reason I didn't pick it was because I knew Ross would.
Yeah, it's one of my favourite matches of all time.
Yeah.
I've obviously become the IWC this week.
This week.
Right. What's your
next fact? Ready?
Ruin it for you.
Are we ready for another fact?
Batista's mum. Is that one?
No.
How big is Batista's dick? Is that your fact?
No, because we would never find out. In an article, WWE once said that Batista was born in 1966. He wasn't. He was born in 1969. That's not a fact. This has led to Batista denying that he's actually that old. He's 3 years older. And once somebody hit on his girlfriend, claiming Batista was too old for her because he was 42, not 38. So somebody hit on Batista's girlfriend saying he's too old because of this article.
Still a brave man who does that, innit?
Yeah.
That's what I'd be doing. Yeah. Depends who it was. It was a great cowboy.
Yeah, true.
Could have been
But
more.
also, he lost the fight backstage to Booker T, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Unbeaten at MMA, so
Yeah,
I have seen the guy fought at MMA.
yeah.
You wouldn't want to stand
I
up
forgot
against
about that
Batista
weird-
in a
that
real
weird
life
streak.
fight, would you?
Unless you're Booker T, apparently.
Yeah. I'm not going to anyway. Right then, next match. This is my second pick. I had also not seen this match, so we all picked one match we hadn't seen.
I
But
picked two.
I
I'd
heard
spent
about
far too long. Yeah.
Was this not during your absolute fandom of when
This
you was watching
match?
everything? No, when you
Yes.
was watching everything weekly. You was watching every show going.
This 2010 it would have been, yeah, I think.
Yeah.
No, what was it? When did I go to uni? No, I think at this point I wasn't. I was keeping
Right.
up with it, but I wasn't as much.
I've
Right.
also got confession time in this.
All right, well,
God. Oh god.
I
Well,
thought Matt Striker
you
was
thought
Josh.
the police?
I thought
Okay.
Matt Striker was Josh Matthews.
Jeff
So I've unintentionally hated Josh Matthews this morning.
Matthews is shit as well. So.
Well, he is. He is.
I remember that. Do you remember that Eric Bishop podcast where he went for a full show thinking the commentator was Brian Alvarez? And just like
It was
shit
his
the
name.
entire time. And then found out it was his mate afterwards. Like.
So in case I say Josh Matthews in this, I mean Matt Striker.
Very shaky.
I mean,
So-
they're both terrible, so I guess.
Yeah,
I guess.
I mean this is fucking horrendous. This is not this match. This commentary.
Commentary is just awful.
Yeah, so this is Batista versus John Cena for the WWE title. Extreme Rules 2010. Cena beat Batista at WrestleMania 26 for the title. This is the rematch.
So very much in the PG era here, aren't they? Very much.
Everybody thought this was Batista's last match, but he ended up having, I think it's an I Quit match after this as well, and then he left because he wasn't happy with the direction.
Yeah, they're very much stuck in. I wasn't watching it this time because I'll be honest, it got to that PG era, and I was just sick of the kiddie shit. It went from one extreme to another. Like it went from quite adulty in the ruthless aggression to far too childlike at this point, and I was just so sick of WE just promoting too much kid shit. And I think it's now gone a little bit the other way, where it's in between the two, but not too kiddie, where it's like, you know, acceptable to watch it. Let's say acceptable to watch it, where I can watch it and go, oh yeah, that's all right.
Right.
There you go. No, it's just
What
because
a weird rant.
I just hated it was more just all the pushing of all the shite and like
And that guys always say the PG era. So it's...
You look like you're going to disagree.
No, I thought it was. So I think I wasn't keeping up to date with it as much because I was at uni. I didn't have access to watch it every week. But it was also like, it was hard to keep up with because I couldn't work out what was going on with the stories. If you know what I mean? Like it was all over the place. Like I think this feud started because Batista was on a WWE title match by Vince, and he just got it at the end of Elimination Chamber, and it was like a minute long. It was almost like a cash-in.
Right.
Then he lost, and it was just like, yeah. And then Batista was just doing some Batista things, but he was heel, wasn't he? Which is why he
I
had the
think
spotlight.
Batista was upset that Cena was the face of the company and it wasn't
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, because he completely. Should we just? No one picked it, but I think we should just move back slightly to when they had the first match together at SummerSlam, and how much that sucked. Not the match itself, just the fact that it was just so underwhelming that they wasted the big potential WrestleMania match. With Mike Adamle going, "How you doing, Dave?" and then announcing the match.
Mike Adamle.
and then did they go to Tijuana?
And I don't get that reference though. Should I get that reference?
Never do I.
We watched it. Mike Adamle was off to Mexico. One he was seeing her in the backstage when he was talking to Mickey James.
Oh yeah, I do remember it, yeah.
It's in the archives. It was.
I
It wasn't good. Put it that way.
I apologise because I completely missed that reference. I was just like, well,
Right then, so enough about Mike Adamle, because there's already matchmaking
Ah,
rules.
I've got an
We've
interesting-
already got Matt Striker.
I've got an interesting Batista fact.
Go on then.
So that first match that they had at SummerSlam, the original plan was for Cena to win. But then they did like a poll on the website on Twitter or something, like who do you think is going to win? And like 75% of people picked Cena. So Batista won. So more people would see him on the same level as Cena. Because they were concerned that Cena was too much of a big star compared to Batista.
That's a good fact.
I've got a fact for you.
There we go.
Batista's dick is massive. There you go.
What's up, in today?
So Batista vs John Cena, Extreme Rules 2010. Has John Cena ever had a bad last man standing match?
John Cena was just eating a fish.
He went fishing with Stone Cold probably.
I'd watch that.
Fishing around.
Stone Cold, Cena, and Lesnar just fishing out hunting together.
I used to work with him.
Outdoor pursuit weekend.
And his nickname was Bass, as in
Right.
BASS, because he had these massive speakers. I didn't come up with the nickname, but that's what everyone called him. And we had a new instructor, and we all had to put name tags on our tops.
Right.
So we all put. I put Ross, and I think he put Bass, BASS, and obviously the guy who was there, he just turned around and said to him, "You as well, Bass." And I didn't understand why 12 people started absolutely crying with laughter, and that was his name from then on. The Bass.
There you go.
He just turned around and pointed at him with Bass. Good stuff. It was hilarious. But yeah, has John Cena ever had a bad last man standing match?
He's better than I think we've put fine. I'm not particularly fan of these matches, but he's finish wise, yeah, he's up there, isn't he? The finishes he does.
This one, it was a slow burner. This one.
It didn't start.
It started out pretty poor to me. I think it then got not very good. I think it got a lot better than one.
I won't lie. I got like 10 minutes in and forgot it was the last man standing match until Matt Striker reminded me.
Do you mean Josh Matthews?
Yeah.
What pisses me off in this? Can I skip to the end?
Yeah.
Yes, skip to the end if you want to.
Right. So the ending it's a clever ending.
That's what drew me into it, because I'd heard about the ending.
Yeah, it's a very clever ending. So it's John Cena duct taping Batista's feet around the ring post, which is very good. And Matt Striker goes, who I thought was Josh Matthews, going, "Oh yeah, it's really good." And then 2 minutes later, blah blah blah, he's used duct tape, it's a disgrace, and all this sort of stuff. You think, fuck off, you were pissing in your pants a minute ago about how good it was, you dickhead.
Yeah, it was very Renee Young, wasn't he?
It's just like 1 minute he says something, and then like the next minute he's going, "Oh yeah, well, it's cheeky the way he's done it," and blah blah blah. You're thinking, well, you just had a fucking boner about it a minute ago, pal. Jesus Christ. I know you went on that dating program trying to bone somebody, but you don't have to do it here as well.
What dating program?
He did call it a dating program.
Yeah.
It was like called like Baby Daddy or something on it.
Yeah, something horrendous.
It was a pregnant woman who was looking for a new daddy.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
What was it called, Baby Daddy? Is it on Netflix?
Right, we're gonna have to find out.
I need another cheesy American reality TV show to watch. Well, I'm in the middle of the
Labour of Love.
Labour of Love. That was it.
There you go.
David,
I mean, to be fair, this is like 10 years after this match, but you're just thinking like, he's just so contradictory. He just hates Cena and then praise him and then hates him again a minute later. You just think, what are you on about, you massive tit?
Yeah, this was the same year as WrestleMania 26 one actually, which
like I said, I think this was a dark year for WWE. I really, really do. I think this couple of years was really poor for WWE.
Labour of Love.
I started floating out of it around this time. I think it might have been.
I think it was about 9-ish when I started to drop it for a little bit. I used to watch Mania every year. I don't even think I watched this year's.
Yeah.
Like
07, I stopped watching. I used to watch Mania with you and never understood what was happening.
I think the thing is, everyone watches, even if you're not a wrestling fan, I think most people watch WrestleMania, don't they? They go out of the way to watch WrestleMania. And then won't watch it for another year until the next WrestleMania.
Yeah, the ratings always go up like Royal Rumble to WrestleMania, don't they? And then they fall back down again.
But I thought Matt Striker ruined this match. Yeah, I thought he brought it down a hell of a lot.
Happy to know I didn't win Labour of Love.
Yeah, I did. Who did?
Matt Striker was. He come. One.
Well, that's a good start for him.
He come 8th.
All right.
God. I've also got a great moment of Batista in this match as well.
Kyle Klinger, director of sales and marketing from Austin, Texas, won.
Nice one, Kyle. Are they still together?
Probably not.
Did anyone else notice Batista's interaction with the crowd in this match?
Why you stared down at that little kid at the front?
No, where someone shouts, Batista, I hate you, and he just goes, I hate you too. Straight back at him. And then some other guys, I love you, Batista. I thought it was great.
Yeah. I think he actually did. He did hit them at this time.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think genuinely, like, I think he looked genuinely like, just like, oh, fuck off, I don't give a shit.
Well, it wouldn't be there much longer. I think
it's probably the next day. It was amazing that way. It was just having a like sulk, and it's like, duct tape. Are you kidding me?
I thought.
Like, and I thought he said, I quit, but then maybe that led into the I quit match rather than finish it. I think he tried to quit.
It was really clever when Cena used the STF to try and make him pass out, and then that was just before the finish where Cena's face in that as well is like, oh my god, how do I beat this guy?
It kept Batista really. I thought it looked like an idiot, but it also looked quite strong.
I don't think it did make him.
I think there's nothing he could do. He just passed out in the STF, and then he woke up. He could have got up,
but he didn't.
But I mean, like because he was duct taped. It was just a bit where he was crawling, you know, like he looked like completely helpless, and I thought that's why I went like an idiot rather than him like.
No, because I think he's trying to to me, he's good. He's trying to pull it off using the ring post, like trying to use his body.
I know, that's what he's trying to do. It just
that's how I took it. I don't think he did, personally.
Well, I think he was meant to. I think he was meant to look like it was meant to be like because when he commentated and said like how humiliating for Batista. I think it was meant to come across that way.
Clever. It's clever.
I thought it was great.
I thought it was in it to finish.
And it's ironic as well that he introduced the toolbox that had the tape in it.
Yeah. I liked that. Underneath the ring, they used like a turnbuckle tightening thing, didn't they?
Yeah.
Screw. They used things that would actually be under a ring.
It's like a barbed wire steel chair's not under the ring.
And the AA as well through the table. Because they were on about Cena's neck a lot in this match.
He's come back from next year, didn't they?
Yeah, they mentioned it quite a bit, and then
it broke in the original SummerSlam matches where, I think it might have already been broken anyway, but that was the story they used. Batista broke his neck the first time he fell. Sure. Must have been on 9 then, I guess, that match.
Yeah. No, he's a freak. Cena's a freak, and he comes back far too quickly, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some big hits in this match, though. Really, really big hits.
But
Cena never seems to have been injured. Even when he was out injured, he never really seemed to be gone.
Well, he like gets put on the shelf for 6 months, comes back in 3 weeks, and man's a freak. I tell you what wasn't a big hit. The first time Cena went through a table, it was the STF, and he just got kicked through it. Why is Cena so weird with table spots? We'll go back to the Edge Cena match, to the TLC. He's just weird about him. He's just weird about them.
He's just not sure of himself, is he? And he goes for a table.
Until Batista does it for him, and he spine busters him through the table, and then he's got no chance, has he? Batista grabs him saying, "You're going through, pal."
What do we think? What do we think Big Dave gave this?
3.
I give it 4 and something, didn't he?
4 1/4.
4 1/4, yeah.
I thought it was good, and they're hard to do. And they had to do something new. They had to do something new as well. Yeah. And they're not allowed to blade. They're not allowed to do anything. So you've lost all that drama. They're not allowed to do headshots. I thought it was really clever. And I'm going to say John Cena is probably the king of last man standing matches.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did the good one, didn't he, with JBL in the archives at Judgment Day.
He's had many good ones.
That's I Quit on it.
Was that I Quit? It's near enough the same bloody thing anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, it was I Quit because he went and
it was, wasn't it? But you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I think we have watched the Cena last man standing match previously. I don't know. You tell us, guys, in the archives.
He does have one at the next pay-per-view. At the pay-per-view, the next match is on. Actually, I've just pulled up the star ratings, and he's also on there having a last man standing match.
Yeah, he's the king of. He just is. They're hard to do when he does them really well.
But I think this is probably my 3rd favourite match. I think this is about middle of the road for me. 3rd favourite.
I would probably say 3rd favourite because the Hell in a Cell was probably my 2nd.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that. Lou?
Yeah.
No, not a fan.
No, I like the match. I find it difficult to rate things because I thought that was great. I thought that was great. You know what I mean? And he puts him at 4th, and you're like, that's pretty good, that wasn't it? Even though it was 4th.
It'd be high 4th, though, do you know what I mean?
Keep me out the ratings.
Keep out the ratings. Right. Christ, not ratings, man. Yeah. Are we ready for another fact then?
How big is
Go on.
Batista's dick?
Yeah, you've already answered that. I'll never speak about it again. So, unlike most wrestlers, Batista never played many sports at school. He instead had an affinity for breakdancing, which he managed to use in a SummerSlam promo once.
Ah.
There you go.
Batista,
I
who
feel
knew
a bit,
Batista would be a breakdancer?
I
Did they
feel
ever
a bit
do a
upset that we've not
spinneroonie
been
against Booker? Because she should have done Shinny earlier.
Maybe that's what the fight started out as.
Yeah.
I feel a bit upset that we've not been able to ruin many more of his facts here, you know.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know that one. It was good.
Say there's a few. So I've come up with. I spent quite a lot of time looking at these.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
There's loads of videos of him doing that breakdancing. So have a look, guys. Just Google Batista breakdancing. You'll find loads of them. That's it for me. 6 facts. So you only spoiled 2, which I was quite impressed with.
Yeah.
But other people might not have known them. I don't do this for you two guys. I do it for the loyal wrestling around
Do it for the wrestling around buggers. Speaking of buggers, in this next match, there's something that could be construed to that as well. On a sign. So which I'll pick up in a minute.
Finished?
Yep.
Shield vs Evolution. This is Lou's last pick.
Was.
This is the last match. This is from 2014, Payback. It's a no-holds-barred elimination tag match. The Shield is obviously Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins. Evolution is Batista, Triple H, and Randy Orton. Batista is wearing blue.
Blue Batista.
Legend.
He looked weird.
Yeah, but it was the arm things for me.
Yeah,
It's the beard.
It's the hair as well, because he ain't got his head. He's got like his head like in
He's
between, fully shaved and like grown.
He's losing it, isn't he? I don't think you can do about that.
Like me.
Yeah, to be fair, he's got more hair than you.
He could go a beard though, so it's not quite like you.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, I got a beard trimming set for Christmas that I used the other day. It's great. Can I pick up the? You what?
Why?
I don't know. I just got one. Look.
Can't you just go out in the wind?
You're in that window. That's why it's still in the box.
It's not. It's in a little stand.
Is it?
Shiny. Yeah.
Shiny, never been touched.
Nice, yeah.
What's that one in the middle?
That.
Yeah.
It's for the body hair.
The pits.
So you can flick it. Well, it does say body hair.
Yeah.
I've got a nasal one, so I've stuck that up. I've stuck that up my schnoz already and got me nose there. There's that one.
I don't know what that is.
No, I don't know what that is.
That's a claw shave. That one. If you want to do a claw shave, you'd use that one.
There's a design in one.
Oh,
Have you been shaving your beard?
I've done it once. There's that one. I did it with one of the guards on, so I did it with. I think it was that one on.
Yeah, it's got some tight edges.
And there it is.
It's turned on something else then. That is.
Speaking of turning something on, can I mention this side now?
You've already dragged this show into the gutter. Go on. You've got 10
There's
seconds.
a sign that says Roman. I want Roman to spear me. Someone is after Roman Reigns' peen. Someone is after some Samoan spiking. There you go. I assume it was some horny woman. Oh man.
Lou, why did you pick this match?
I never seen it. I heard it was good.
I thought you would have watched this. I thought you was all over the Shield.
No, 2014 it was. So
You've not seen any of the other matches you picked.
No.
Oh God.
You know, my favorite thing about wrestling around, like, obviously, it's definitely not speaking to you two. It's just I see a lot of wrestling that I wouldn't.
It's not for me either. So no. It's probably best bit.
It's like see a lot of wrestling that I watch otherwise. The Shield I kind of missed. So I watch WrestleMania every year, but in WrestleMania 31, I watched it and thought, we should go. Which is why I texted you guys. I was like, we should go to WrestleMania next year. And then I thought, if we're going to WrestleMania, I should probably keep up with the storylines. So that's why I started watching it again.
I think as well.
Yeah.
I was told about watching The Shield. I didn't watch The Shield. I think I started getting back into it probably about 2015.
Yeah. I knew of them. I'd never left wrestling, as it were. Like I'd always kept up to date with it. Like, you know, like check the review sites and stuff, and I kind of knew what was going on, but I wasn't like going out my way to watch like every show up at this point really. So I think I don't, was this? No, this would have been on the network. I don't know why I didn't watch it then. But yeah. But yeah.
Because it was half an hour Triple H again.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe.
this is my least favourite match by a long way.
Why is that then, Terry Peters?
It's just long, innit? It's just so long. It's like a nostalgia act against an upcomer. It's not.
That was the point.
I know, but it doesn't. Because again, it's Triple H. It's just Triple H doing Triple H things, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not WrestleMania this time, so it's fine.
Well, it's not fine because it still goes on for about half an hour.
Half match is good.
I wasn't a fan of it. I
Enjoyed
really
this one.
wasn't a fan
Some
of
good
it.
spots. Do you know what annoys me though? It's like when there's these no DQ tag matches.
Why are we pinning in the ring?
Why are they on the apron?
Yeah,
Why
why did
why are
they
they?
doing the?
It's on Ada. Come on.
Yeah.
But why do they have to pin in the ring?
Well, that's the rules, isn't it? It's not a false guy.
battle,
Well, it damn well should be.
It's a different match.
Well, it's the
That's
same
the-
thing, isn't it?
It's for the rematch the next month.
That's right. Cyber Sunday, you can have Street
Oh,
Fight.
Street
No
Fight,
Holds Barred,
False Count,
or
and Hardcore
False Count
match.
Anywhere match.
Did that ever happen though? I know that's the one that everyone brings up. Does that ever... Street Fight's like you wear your normal clothes. They are all different, are they?
Yeah, but who wears the normal clothes in Street Fights?
Shawn Michaels tends for the big fat cowboy boots that time, eh?
Roman Reigns on Friday night, he picked up about the contract with Adam Pearce. He didn't want to face him in whatever match was booked, but then wanted to face him in like a last man standing match instead of an ODQ match.
Yeah.
It's near enough the same goddamn thing.
I know, but last man standing match, you can't win by accident.
No, I know, but it's
I like Bubba Little.
no, you
Yeah.
can't. But what I mean is like the premises is still the same. Of you can just basically beat him to a pulp if you want to.
Yeah, which is what Evolution tried to do in this match. They even triple pole on Reigns through the announce table. Rollins got pedigreed on a chair on the concrete.
That powerbomb on Reigns was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
The triple powerbomb because they did like the shield bomb, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
'Cause that was their thing, wasn't it? And Seth Rollins jumping off the staging.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
so-
Great spots.
Reigns got his top ripped off, which I'm sure that person in the crowd loved.
Mm-hmm.
He probably did.
And then he just got battered with kendo sticks.
That looks horrible.
Yeah.
Just being drooped over some stairs and then just getting
I
looked like
thought-
a mule.
This wasn't my favourite match. I didn't think it was the worst match. It was a match. And so it was.
How are them splinters?
It was just. Yeah, I don't know. It was half an hour. It didn't go. I knew the Shield won it. Didn't realise they won it 3-0.
I don't
Is
mind
it?
them winning it
It's good.
3-0. Yeah, I've got no
It
problem with
just seemed. It made Evolution look stupid because they could have won it.
that. I find it
Then-
weird that the
It just seemed slow. And
that the
ponderous in the
eliminations came so quick after each other. Like, instead of spacing them out a little bit, so you have like a bit of 3-on-2 and then 2-on-2
Ah.
back.
But if you've ever watched 5-on-5 cage fighting, which I have,
Is that a thing?
I mean,
Yeah.
this sounds
Yes.
niche already.
It's,
You
it's,
watch some niche sport.
it's, on,
Sounds dated.
it's on YouTube.
It's just like more niche or less than really Kabaddi when you go into that.
Oh, Kabaddi was on Sky Sports.
Yeah, so it's like it's a lot of it's so it's mania. It's not making it not niche, does it?
But as I'm saying, in 5-on-5 cage fighting, as soon as one person is out, that's it then. That team wins 5-0. Because they just double up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's brutal.
Yeah, oh, that's it. Like it would have looked weird if the Shield. You got to keep all three Shield members strong.
Mm.
But
But
then,
then, I
if-
suppose they're going to protect all three Evolution members
I
as
guess,
well.
I
aren't
guess
they?
if like Batista went out and it was like 3-on-2, the Shield wouldn't look as good because the whole point of the Shield is like they weren't established wrestlers. They were kind of numbers.
Yeah.
So in Nexus,
No,
power in unity. But these three, are they going to get along? Evolution split up once. Did they
Yeah,
split up
that's-
again?
And they kicked Mark Jindrak out.
Why is Batista in? Why was Batista wearing blue?
It was those arm things.
Who's the arm ones that made it worse? One.
Yeah, it was-
If you have not worn them or worn black ones, it won't look as kind
It's
of.
the fact that his boots were blue as well.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like he was wearing white in that Hell in a Cell match. We didn't pick up on it, did he? But the
No,
blue.
he won white in a few of these matches. We didn't
Well,
think-
Batista
I don't-
just gets in your face today. I don't know what it
the,
was.
the thing is, white and black are like almost neutral colours, aren't they, in the ring? Whereas
He's worn burgundy as well, though. He used to wear burgundy Batista.
but it's quite a dark colour again, in it. Whereas this was a really light, bright blue.
It's back blue, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was too outlandish. It was too out there. It didn't fit with Evolution.
Yeah.
Evolution were
Maybe
like
Batista didn't fit with Evolution. Maybe
well,
that's-
Evolution were like cool and slick and everything like that, weren't they?
No, Triple H thought Evolution was cool and slick.
Yeah, but that was
it's odd in this match. Just something about him. I don't know what it was. Just
he looks really young.
did.
That's what it is. He looks hella really young with a shaved head.
Didn't have much beard either, did he?
No,
Didn't have his lemmy.
it's the start of the
Whereas now
corporate.
he's just got a big beard. I think a hipster beard now.
Yeah.
Not
I'd
expect
have
for it.
Did you know he's a Motorhead fan, Triple H?
Is he? Yeah, I heard that. He's a big fan of metal music.
Bigger Motorhead fan than anybody else that you know. So
Yeah.
He was at Lemmy's funeral on the front row, wasn't he?
he probably pushed somebody out the way to get there
He
as well.
received
I-
some sort of Lemmy Award at Download, didn't he?
Yeah, I was there. It was great.
Yeah.
And then all the NXT people came onto the stage. I think Bailey was in it. I took a lot of photos and I think I sent them to you. It was weird. Yeah. I was gutted when Lemmy died because I was really looking forward to seeing them at Download that year. Instead, we got a tribute video and Triple H speeching about him,
Yeah.
which was not as good. But it
Good
was fine.
friends.
Yeah, they were like best mates, weren't they?
No,
Anyway.
there we have it. That's enough Motorhead in the round. So yeah, Batista is eliminated by Rollins after a spear by Reigns. Then Orton gets eliminated from a Dirty Deeds onto a chair, and then Triple H is eliminated by a spear.
Of
Shield
course,
win.
Triple H is the last to be eliminated as well.
30 minutes.
Too long
That's
for
alright.
me.
Yeah,
I said he got the Shield ever, but he split up like the week after, didn't he?
yeah.
4 stars, Big Davey gave this.
Did he really?
Good.
It
Dave
just seemed
Meltzer.
slow
It's
and
just-
ponderous.
It's just on it this week, and it was ratings.
Just seemed-
I think I
just seemed
pretty much
slow.
agreed with most of Dave's. Ratings
I
this week.
thought this match was too slow for me.
In the middle, it just was like, all right then, this is happening, is it?
Yeah, it was a bit of a lull. Again, you could take 10 minutes out of it, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but I think if that was a no all's bad match, I'd come to the ring with a bat.
also I don't get why they wait on the apron. That annoys me.
Yeah, why?
and
It's
not as bad.
make it a
She-
tornado tag.
Yeah, you're not going to get counted out. Yeah. I guess it's just easier to keep the focus on 2 people in it. But it doesn't make
But-
any from
but
a
then-
kind of KPA point of view, it makes no
But you
sense.
say that though, then they start going on the outside, and the camera can't keep up with what's going on. So you
That's
just
better. It makes it feel more chaotic.
yeah, no,
doesn't it?
I know, but that's what I'm saying though. But like I say,
I know what you're saying, Piers. I know what you're saying. You're saying we need the split screen camera from early WCW.
we do. I like
Yeah,
that
that's
as an
fair.
idea. You can listen to that back in the archives. And I thought it was
This
a great
was
idea.
so if this was like a Tower Doom match, think it would be better or worse.
Worse.
Fair.
No, because like, they're trying to get the Shield across as one of the greatest stables. So imagine if they had like Evolution, then you go further down and like the Four Horsemen are in there, and then like the NWO or the DX somewhere in there.
Triple H just has to. Triple H in the first, and he has to run down to the bottom.
Yeah, you have to like Flair. When you just come back down and you join in again once it's out. Or like right to censor or someone like the big stables. You get
It
them
makes
in there.
sense. It outlasted a lot of stables. TNA, they could be in there. TNA and Val Venus, remember that was a little thing. Just,
I thought
just
TNA's in the company like the entirety of TNA.
No, it's in Tessa Albert
Yeah.
with Val Venus, because that was just the thing.
Oh,
Ex-
Val Venus. Let's not go into Val Venus.
Yeah,
now.
he's a piece of shit.
Idiot.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Who else could we have? Disciples of the Apocalypse. Who was Sadio Vega's group in that Turf War thing?
I can't think what they're called, but I know you're thinking. I can't think
It's
what the hell
lost
they're
them
called.
on it.
Lost
Lost.
Boricuas.
Lost
Lost
Boricuas.
Boricuas.
Get them in. Get the nation in.
Disciples of Apocalypse. Like interesting fact on that. Yeah, I'm not gonna go with it. Just
No.
get cut anyway. So just
Yeah, so what's the
You'll
point?
Yeah, you'll be censored. You'll be right
Um,
censored.
That was it then. That was Batista. That was a showcase of 6 matches.
Just before we finish, I know we said it was hard to rank them, but just go through the matches. What's your 1 to 6 here?
Right then, I'll go now. I'll,
Just you go, then Lou, and then I'll go.
oh fuck yeah! I say I was just not. I was. Like,
So
10
I'm
minutes ago, I
going.
was like, I'm not rating anymore.
Yeah, well, you're doing it.
I'm going Batista Taker,
Yep,
and then I'm going Triple H Batista Hell in a Cell.
yep.
Then I'm doing Cena Batista, Batista Triple H WrestleMania 21, The Shield Best Evolution, Eddie Guerrero vs Batista.
Ooh, I can't believe you put that one on, but
Yeah, actually.
Fair enough.
That's,
Lou, you ready or shall I go?
I'll go. I
Go on
think second place is
And what's
WrestleMania 21.
What's
and then
first place?
The rest are all tied.
What a dickhead! What an absolute knob! So I'll go then. I'll be a bit more decisive with all this. Take a Batista number 1.
It's good, that one, yeah.
Then I'll go the Hell in the Cell.
That's good, that one, yeah.
Then I'll go Extreme Rules.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Then I'll go Eddie Batista.
That's good one, yeah.
Right, no, hang on. Oh, you just give me a load of flack. You've only gone 2 places higher.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, but you hated on that match, didn't you?
It's boring, that's why. I think we'll agree. Peters also thinks it's boring.
No, I enjoyed it. Then I'll go WrestleMania 21. Then a long way down at the depths of the bottom of the sea, I'll go the tag match.
That's outrageous.
Well, enjoy it or not, sunshine.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
If you're going to pick one match out of all these to watch,
It's the Taker one, isn't it?
it has to be the WrestleMania.
It has to be Eddie Guerrero versus Batista at No Mercy. No, the Taker one's the best by a country mile for me.
Which was the shortest one, wasn't it? Given we've
Yeah.
rallied so much about long matches on this show today.
Proof's in the pudding there, isn't it? 15
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
I think they have quite a decent field afterwards as well.
It's decisive as well, though, isn't it?
It goes on for like 2 years, that feud.
They have like a no contest or a draw, don't they?
Yeah, they're on and off for a while.
And then they do another one. It's like Ross and Rachel and Friends.
Yeah.
We were on a break.
I was watching that this morning, and they actually was on a break. So
I know, but if you want to get back together, you know, don't I?
I'm not condoning what he did, but Rachel says we need a break, and Ross goes, let's get some frozen yogurt.
Yeah,
and then
like,
Rachel goes,
no, break
from us.
I know, it's time apart though, isn't it? It's not like going shagging a coffee ago.
Then he went and speared somebody.
In his defence as well, he rang her up saying they want to get back together, and that Mark's at Rachel's house. So come on.
Yeah, Mark's a bit of a dick, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the right ledge. Joins us next week for Friends Around. I wouldn't even need to watch him. We could do that, and that could.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I've seen them all now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Batista was good, wasn't he?
Do you know what?
He was.
I think it's quite underrated sometimes.
Do you know the best thing about Batista is for me?
Yeah.
And he's also tied as Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy, but he just seems like a good dude, doesn't he? You know when
He must be his mate, don't you?
You kind of follow someone on Twitter just for like you're a fan of the wrestling, and then you turn out actually just a decent bloke. Only this morning I'd seen that he's offered a 20 grand reward for anyone who finds the person who wrote Trump on the back of a manatee.
On the back of what?
A manatee, an endangered manatee.
A manatee. I thought you said a marty. I think
Imagine it, the least of his trouble.
Oh, Jesus,
or at least of his troubles, right?
Killed the guy.
Yeah. Get edited until that appears. But yeah, no, Batista just seems like a really good guy.
Yeah, he threatened to
make sure you appreciate him more.
He threatened to quit Guardians of the Galaxy, didn't he? If James Gunn didn't get rehired.
Yeah, he's a principal man.
So, I mean, to be fair, he's not like the biggest star in it either, is he? So,
no. But they all joined him. They all were a thing.
I've got one final Batista fact for you.
Is it?
He's a granddad.
Yeah, he's a granddad at 40.
There you go. Before the age of 40, yeah. He's a granddad.
There you go.
He also moved out at 17 years old.
Yeah.
I moved out at 19.
Same.
There you go.
I was 18 when I moved out. So go book yourself.
How old were you, Lou?
When did I go to uni?
18.
So you're the last, Peters.
when did you properly move out though?
I left uni. It doesn't count though, does it? 'Cause you're not there at the time. Like, I don't know what angle he's trying to go at you.
Don't know. Just picking it up.
Peters, we all know you're 85. Yeah. So that was Batista. Peters probably give it 6.5 overall.
Yeah. So, Wrestling Around rating for the episode 6.5.
So, if you think that's better, then give us 5-star review on iTunes and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
give us a good old Davey 6-star though if it was in the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah, well, I don't think you can because iTunes stick to their rankings unless you follow loose theory.
No, not if you go on Japanese iTunes.
Yeah.
Tokyo Dome iTunes.
Unless you follow loose theory where he actually hates wrestling and everything's marked up with 10.
Yeah.
That's true.
But next week we're doing the Royal Rumble. It's Royal Rumble season. We're doing 2001, which is the hardcore Royal Rumble. So it's
yes.
right before the invasion, but there is still a spattering of ECW, WXWCW.
You get a
guys.
couple, and you get a record elimination for the time in this one.
Hmm.
The quickest and most. Neither which stand anymore, but the time they did.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Kane, innit? Kane with his 6.
6?
He's 6, didn't he? He gets 6 eliminations.
I'm on 6 there. 11, yeah.
It's 11.
11, I thought it was 6.
6.
That's a lot, that. It's 30
Yeah.
man, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll
get
get
to that
there's
next
Roman
week.
Reigns now. Roman
Yeah,
Reigns
we-
now as
Well,
well.
well, technically, they always say Braun Strowman, but he isn't the greatest Royal Rumble, which
That's
I don't
good,
think you can.
No, the greatest Royal Rumble.
There's 50 people in there, aren't
The only good thing that happened in that was seeing Daniel Bryan's chest get tendons corned.
they?
You're wrong,
no,
Peters.
no,
You are
completely
wrong.
correct.
You
It's
are
what a
dead
ridiculous
wrong.
point. Like, get off this shirt, please.
Oh, no, I got it as well.
The only good thing happening there
Titus
is Titus
won
O'Neil.
Come on.
Titus O'Neil forgot
Probably
that.
one of the greatest wrestling moments of all time. One of the most easily giftable.
I think
I was watching the Great Royal Rumble and I was
We
falling
all-
asleep for a
Right,
bit.
I think we're all watching about it and messaging about it at the same time. And then we
It's a
all-
Friday afternoon, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was
it's
falling
like
asleep
5 o'clock, isn't it?
as I was watching it. And I woke up and saw Titus O'Neil coming out and I thought, oh, Titus O'Neil, let's go back to sleep. And then I saw it and I was
That's
immediately, it was like 5 espressos in a matter of minutes.
Those Saudi Arabia shows are like the closest thing we're ever going to get, I think, to like 1995 WCW. In a weird way, I'm here for it. If it wasn't for the,
Why does Braun Strowman not wear his belt?
I don't know. Yeah, but I like those shows. If it wasn't for the horrendous like human rights abuses that went along with them.
Yeah.
But
Well, it
we're not doing that
But we
next
did
week.
get a good SmackDown out of it. We did get a really good SmackDown with the takeover.
Oh yeah, when
Everyone
they're all
was-
stuck on a plane
So we did get that out of one as
for
well.
whatever reason.
That's true. So that next week is Royal Rumble 1. The week after that, then we're doing Royal Rumble 2008, and I was particularly excited. Not for the wrestling, just for the venue.
Madison Square Garden finally. Talk about
MSG.
food, glorious food.
Nearly a year, and we finally get to MSG, where you
Yeah.
can that'll be it. So the week after that, we'll actually do Royal Rumble 08. We'll
Yeah,
spend 2 hours
It's
talking
just
about
just the
food.
venue in general. I just love it. You know, it's almost like it's a second home to me.
It's probably the best venue I've ever been to. So
My Wi-Fi connects automatically still. Like, it's just I love it.
The spiritual home of
Ah.
Lou Markham.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna say spiritual home of WWE, but no, more so me. I think.
one day, Wrestling Around will do a show there. Imagine.
Yeah, we'll do it.
MSG.
With a live show.
A little panel show. Get involved with it, guys. Too busy in the south, aren't we? To be fair.
Yep.
Not the north. But we'll do it anyhow, just so we can have whatever them weird little waffle chips were.
Weird.
I had nachos.
Wash your mouth out.
No, they were delicious, but I've never seen them since.
Oh, I had a fantastic hot dog. Remember that French hot dog I had? And the regular hot dog was quite good.
I had
The-
once.
The chicken and waffles were good.
Yeah.
The beer was good.
We'll
It's always
get
good.
to it. Why don't we get to it next week?
Ah,
You don't
Well,
want to give
it's
away
the
too
week-
many food stories, do
It's
you?
the week.
Sorry,
It's the
2
week
weeks.
after. That's why, Peters. We
Right.
won't do it next week.
Not
Starving-
next week.
starving now. Wait till we do the Barclays Centre and I can cover those chicken wings.
I can't wait to do a kid belly, which is real.
We're not doing it again.
We've
We're not
done
doing
it.
again.
We've done it.
I think that was the only wrestling show at that venue, and for good fucking reasons as well. What an appalling mess of a catering situation. Fucking nachos, Dr Pepper instead of Coke. Fucking, but what?
He's upset.
We've
Should we leave it
all
there?
been upset today, haven't we?
Now we've riled him up, it's a good place to win it. So you
There's
just
no,
beat him up.
there's no wonder she got suspended from Sky News for 6 months, having a bad
Yeah.
shite.
Yeah, we're putting your name to that. Ridiculous. Lou, where can we find you on social media?
At Lou Mackham on the Instagram and the Twitter, and that's it.
Sweet. Terry Patez, where can we find you?
Where can you find me? Bell Nation on YouTube, twitch.tv/Bell Nation. Bell Nation on Twitter, have I said that? No, I haven't, have I? At Tezfish Pod on Twitter
The business of Bell Nation everywhere.
and RL92. Nah, because I forget how many I've bloody got these.
Except-
Where can we find you, Ross?
You can find me on Twitter at DRossM. You can find us all on Instagram and Twitter as at wrestlaround, WRS
What about Instagram?
I just said that.
No, where can we find you on Instagram?
Wrestlaround, WRS around.
Yeah, I probably should use something. My New Year's resolution this year is to use the wrestling around social accounts.
Yeah,
I've not had a great start, but the Royal Rumble, I'll do it.
We'll live tweets again.
Looking at now, live tweet the Royal Rumble. I'll do that for you.
Find us on YouTube's as Wrestling Around, Facebook Wrestling Around, Wrestling Around. We're everywhere. I don't know how high.
148th in the UK podcast or whatever.
Wow,
yeah, we may have suffered a significant drop.
So, guys, you need to start listening again to get us.
So no, you're up in the demos, so it's fine.
You were fine in the 18 to 91 demo.
Up in the demos.
Up in the if you was born at like 6:10 on the 4th of June.
On a Saturday.
That's the demo that wins, pal. Yeah, that is our aim. We're going to be top 100 this year, so you lot need to listen and like and subscribe and
you good
rate and do all the stuff that you know how to do. Let's get it done. And then I think there's a kettle for grabs as well. Somebody wants to.
Still a kettle going.
We've not actually checked, so I could be saying this and it's gone.
No, the kettle's still available.
It's not been bought yet. I had a cup of tea.
Yeah, no, someone just seemingly said we don't want your kettle, stupid fucking commie Brit. But that's all we've got so far.
Right, well then, if that was you, then tell your mates, then maybe they want it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's everything. Thank you for listening, everybody. Thank you, Lou, for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Terry Pates, for turning up, I guess.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. And join us next week, where it's Royal Rumble season, and we'll be covering Royal Rumble 2001.
Goodbye, you bunch of buggers.